You guys, what's up? What's up? It's your girl. I'm back. I'm back. I just did awesome. I did a hip hop run, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I want to talk to you guys this hour, our power hour, where we just talk about all things business, all things mindset of the CEO, mindset of the person who started the business that you're in, which would be you. What does it take to grow your business? And I'm forever growing my business. I'm not perfect. What I love to do is help people who want to go from, 0 to 6 figures with just the simple things that it takes to get there. So if that's you, that's what we're talking about. So the key categories this week we're going to be talking about, this week is almost over, it's Wednesday, but we're going to be talking about is a lot of times people get frustrated and they get confused on what to do next. That's one of the things that I help you do in my mastermind first, is put your business on paper so you can see how your business is running, because the average person just has it all up here. Be honest. How many guys are just like, yeah, I know how I make money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I know. So, but there's no clear plan. Who is the customer? Have you went deep into what they're struggling with so that you can make sure that you're really providing that thing, right? And so one of the first things we do in the mastermind, which you can join at lakeishamichelle.com, the doors are still open because they are. Because that's how I feel. But one of the things that we work on is getting your business on paper so then you can figure out what your highest priority is right now. And so a lot of times the emails and the messages that I'm getting, they're always the same. And it's like you just kind of confused because it's so much stuff to do. And there's always something to do. If you're seeking elevation, there's always something that you could be doing that seems really good. But what's the key activities that you should be working on that's going to get you to your next 90-day win? Somebody type in the comments, 90-day win. Like, what are those key activities, right? I say we are on YouTube and Facebook. So you guys, I'm always going back and forth. So there's certain categories and there's certain things that you need to get yourself to the financial goal, right? Because business makes money. If it ain't making the money you want, then you are wasting your time. And so there's a certain thing you need to be doing each day that leads to your outcome, right? And so first of all, you got to get clarity on what the outcome is. And you have to let the outcome be the outcome and be cool with that's what I want. This is what I want to happen in the next 90 days. The average business person, we start these businesses and we jump in and then it's like you stress out and you panic because you haven't really just committed to the outcome that you desire. So Glennis, you're in the boot camp. Have you had a chance, the mastermind, have you had a chance to put your business on paper? Let me know. I'm really curious. But the reason why we do that is so you can have clarity, okay? From there, you figure out what your key activities are supposed to be, because there's a lot of different things, but it all boils down from 0 to even just $100,000, guys. There's a few things. You need to be always getting customers. You need to be always having a way that you are bringing awareness to your business. And I say business because a lot of times people don't start because they have their own personal issues and they don't want to put awareness on them because of so-and-so and so-and-so and oh my God, and who do I think I am? Because, I'm advertising myself. And so you put it about you, but it's not about you. It's about the customer. It's about the customer who needs what service you provide. And so if you could take the conversation away from you as a person and just say, what does my business need next? It serves you so much better. It serves you so much better. And I want you guys to really think about that. What does my business need next? And as an employee of the business, then you can look at what do you need next, right? You kind of like multiple people here. You're the CEO, you're the manager, you're managing, and then you tell the employee what the goals are, right? But from a business perspective, you got to put on your CEO hat. That's why I wrote the book, The CEO Stylist. It's talking about working on your business. One of the main things, from 0 to 100,000, guys, is working on getting customers. You need customers. Why? Because customers are the business. That's the lifeline. That's what happens. That's how you have a business. And so the average, email I get is I don't have customers. And how do we get customers? Somebody tell me in the comments. I know you know, but if you don't have customers, then there's something that is blocking you. Right? So how do we get customers? Think about it right now. What are the ways what are the mechanisms? What are the methods? What are the things that I have in place that consistently bring awareness and customers into my business? That's something that you really can chew on Because a lot of times we're like, I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, you don't have something in place. Something needs to be in place. There needs to be a strategy, a couple of strategies in place that are bringing customers to your business, that are bringing you people. You need awareness. And not everybody that finds out about your business is going to do business with you. You guys, some of you guys watch this all the time and you never join, and that's okay because you still get value from the free stuff. So I'm at the same time providing value to the marketplace, as well as a percentage of you guys will go ahead and join my mastermind. But everything that I'm saying is true no matter what you do. What mechanism do you have in place that allows you to position yourself, to build your brand, to build relationships, to build rapport with people, and at the same time, enroll new customers? Right, Glennis? So what are the ways that you have set up? What are the things that you have set up on a daily basis to promote yourself? What I find is most service providers are so busy providing the service that they feel like they don't have time to focus on new marketing strategies, new promotion strategies. And so what happens is you're providing the service, and if the service slows down, then you got to go figure out the stuff, and the time that it takes to figure it out and all this, you're frustrated because you're in your head about what you don't have, and it just becomes this whole thing. You should never not be marketing. Who remembers my rule? I'm from the South. We always wave at everybody. And your right hand is always waving at people. Your right hand is always waving to the market and saying, hey, this is how I help you. Hey, let me help you. Hey, here's a free tip. Hey, here's a free tip. You do that. That's a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. Okay, so it's a lifestyle of having conversations. And then over here on your left hand, you are delivering the work, but your right hand should never stop moving. Your left hand is delivering the work, and the people, a percentage of the people that you wave at will move over here and want to get the work, right? And so the key is to make sure you're clear on how you're reaching people. How are they finding out about you? And are you there? Are you there consistently? Nalula says Google, Yelp, Instagram, Facebook, business cards, client referrals, and YouTube. Are these things on paper and they have a specific strategy? Like my phone goes off and tells me when to live stream. My phone goes off and tells me what to do. Now, life happens and things or whatever, but it's on my schedule. So even if I can't do it right at this time, I make sure that I get it done, right? Just get it done. And so you have to schedule it, and you have to actually have, strategies in place so that it flows. When I was a hairdresser, so many people, when I started getting a bunch of clients, people asked me how. When I told them how, they always said, oh, I ain't got time to do that. And I was like, okay. And now they all call and like, oh yeah, I should have did it when you told me. Yeah, you have to make time. And you can't want all this growth and think that it's all supposed to just be so freaking convenient, because it doesn't make sense. Business is testing things. That's what you're doing. You're testing the market to see if they want it. If they say they want it, you put a system and a strategy behind it so you can consistently deliver the outcome that the client wants. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Does that make sense? Yes or no? Glennis says sales. So right now we're talking about getting customers, okay? You need to have a strategy in place that's always sending you interested people, okay? People that are interested in what you have, okay? They have my little notes here. Got it. You guys say yes. Got it. And you want, so there's a ton of strategies, guys. There's a ton of ways to get customers. My question for you is always just, do you have it written down? Do you have a specific time and date when it's getting done? Okay? It has to be a specific time, date, place when it's getting done, or it's all just in your head. Get in your head, you're dead, like Tony Robbins says all the time. Get in your head, you're dead. Okay? Now the next part is sales. One of the next things that you can be like your day-to-day thing, you have a lot of things to manage from day to day while you're at work, right? And so sales is a department. Your getting clients is a department. Getting more attention on your business, you can call it marketing, you can call it brand aware, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Getting clients' attention is a department. And there's several ways you can collaborate, you can go do all kind of stuff, right? And then the other department is sales. Most people run from this. Everybody always likes to tell me that they're not a salesperson, which I don't understand. I don't understand how you're not a salesperson and you started a business. You don't have to be sleazy. You need to look and see, well, what does salesperson mean to me? Because obviously you have it meaning something that is just untrue, and it's negative for you. And so you got to disassociate with this story that you've created because it's stopping your income flow. Yes, departments. You literally have to think of yourself as an infrastructure. Like, you got to have an org chart. Like, you literally think of yourself, and I should get like a little whiteboard, huh? I'm going to make this my little learning area. This is just a little corner wall in my place, y'all. Yeah, I should make this like my little learning area. So if this was a chart, yeah, I'm going to do that. I got to go buy like an easel and stuff. Anyway, moral of the story is you have to think of yourself like that. And you have these departments. You are the department head. You're giving the vision to the manager. You are the manager. You then, as a manager, break down the vision and make it into something that's implementable. I don't even know if that's a word. But then once you make it implementable, do you know what that means? Once you put it in a format, in a strategy, so that the person who has to do the job can do it, they know step 1, 2, 3, you give that to the person who does the job, which brings us to our next department, delivering the thing, the service, the product, the thing that you're selling, getting it to the folks that said hello to you and chose to buy in your business. They took the money, and now you're over here because you got to deliver the service. So there needs to be a whole time, and there always is. That's how you get your money. Somebody buys something and you got to deliver it, right? So you always want to be checking how these things are flowing together. Hey, client, Nalula's client. The cool thing is I've had so many people tell me they'll be with their clients and they're checking me out, and the clients are also getting value. So, hey. So the thing is, so right now Nalula is delivering a service. She's delivering a service. Her and her client are hanging out. There's a environment and a strategy and a way that you want to take your client through it so they have an experience and not just like, oh, we're just visiting. You're giving them an experience, right? And so what does that look like? And this is the perfect time actually for you to turn me off and ask the client, what do they want their ideal appointment and experience to be? And then let them tell you and ask the next 10 clients that, and then create that environment. Your revenue has to go up because of it, right? So that's a department in itself. From start to finish, what is it like when the client goes through? And I'm always tweaking that because I'm always tweaking it. But I learned that was a thing from being behind the chair as a stylist. I had to really think about from the time they walk in the door. Actually, I had to think about when they found me from whatever way that I was marketing. I had to think about what was that process? What is it like when they visit my site? Well, is it easy for them? Do they get lost? Is it overwhelming? Do I answer enough questions? And so that's a department that you work on. Okay? You have to see yourself as multiple people. You're wearing multiple hats. I need different hats. I want to get some hats made that say like CEO, manager, service provider. I want to get some hats. That way when I'm talking, I can just change hats. Because you would really just, if you could just think of yourself like that, you'll begin to just up-level your business all the time, right? Because you're trying to make this symphony flow. You're trying to take all these music notes and arrange them in such a way that it just sounds like a beautiful song, right? And so you have your marketing, okay? Your client getting section. And I say it that way because I think sometimes marketing just makes it just, people go all left. You got to have that area that you're constantly getting new attention, new customers, new leads, if you will. Okay. So you want to have your leads. You want to have your sales. Sales is sales. Collecting the coin. There needs to be a process and a strategy. Okay. Some of you guys don't have a sales strategy. You're like, oh yeah, I be selling stuff. That's not, what is the way that converts an interested person into a customer? Because if you have a strategy, once you talk to a certain amount of people, you're going to be able to say, this is working, this isn't working. If something isn't working, you can look at the strategy and see where are people getting lost or turned off. Does that make sense? Yes or no in the comments. Let's see. Hey guys, I think you've been tuning in. Hey, thank you. I've been tuning in 3 days in a row. Yay. I love it. I love it. Hey, guys. So with that being said, okay, I like to have a mindset department, and you can make it you have to have a moment where you are just focusing on where you want to go, who you want to become, like the vision, the future. You have to have a moment, your spirit, it's just that moment where you're always up leveling yourself. Because if you create a business vision, that's what you see for you and your business. You've got to become that now so that you can attract that. You can begin to move in that direction. And so you've got to have a time where you are pouring into yourself so that you can become and learn all these little things. So as a manager, for example, because remember, you have moments where you're CEO, you're visionary, and then you have moments where you're managing the day-to-day. You're like putting together the plan, and then you give it to the employee, which is you typically. I mean, that's the kind of audience I have, and you're making it happen. But there's a skill set that you need. And so you have to focus on how should I be thinking in order to accomplish these things that the CEO sees. Does that make sense? Yes or no in the comments? Right. So it's not a lot, but it is a lot, but it's not. It's just a way of thinking, because your goal in life, I mean, you should always be seeking to grow, or you just like, if you're not growing, you're just sitting up waiting to like die. I don't know what else you would be doing in your life. So it's like, you have to be always seeking to become more so you can excel better. And so something simple, like when I was a hairdresser, I wanted a certain type of clientele. So I needed to think about, who do I need to become, right? Well, I want my clients to be on time, so I got to be on time. I want my clients to respect me, so I have to respect them. So I need to read books about time management. I need to read books about character and value and morals and like goal setting. All of these things matter, because if I'm trying to have a successful business, if that's my vision and my goal, then I have to also think in alignment with my goal. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Now, another section that you have to think of your business in a very 3D way. There is a lot of administrative things, office type things. There's a lot of tasks that have to do with customer management, flyer, like all these little office type things, right? That's a department. In the office, they getting things, they organize, they're doing all this stuff, right? And that would be you when you're by yourself. So the key to all these different areas in the business is planning when you will do things. And for me, I learned from Todd Herman to have a theme for the day. How many of you guys always hear me say Money Mondays? Because on Mondays, I get money like this. I get a lot of deposits. So I love Mondays. Money Mondays is my time where I go through, look at my expenses, look at my income, and make sure that I'm doing what I should be doing. And a lot of times, my thought process for today and for you, as you hear me talk about these different areas and departments, if you will, and if you're sitting going, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. First of all, get your business model on paper. Most people don't. You need to you need to be able to look at your business like, okay, this is my customer. Here's how I'm getting my messages to them. Here's my service delivery strategy, right? Here's the cost. Here's what it takes to run my business. Here are all the expenses. Here are all the things that I must have to run my business. Because once you see all this stuff playing together on paper, you begin to say, oh, I'm running into a problem over here because I don't have this. So then you can start to strategize. And then you can start going, okay, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to put this in place. And it's just freaking awesome. Okay. But the reason why I'm showing you these departments is because every business has different phases and stages, if you will. And so typically from 0 to especially 100,000, and that's typically my audience, 0 to 100,000, It's getting clients and then just getting a structure and strategy around how you get them consistently, how you consistently sell, and how you consistently deliver awesome stuff, whatever it is, a product or service or whatever. And it has to just be like this. It needs to flow. Okay? It needs to flow. And so a lot of times when you look at all these different departments and then versus your actual business level, you can say, well, at this level in my business, I need to be focused on this area. It doesn't mean you neglect all the other areas, but your main daily tasks are revolving around one or two areas. And then on the other days of the week that in your business, you have themes. So again, Mondays could be about money. Tuesdays could be about marketing. Day 3 could be about your mindset. You pour more into the mind. All the while, your main thing you're doing is selling and delivering, the service. But then you have themes and specific times each week where you are focusing on marketing as well. So it's how you work on the business, because you're in it, but you've got to actually delegate and set aside the moments where you can focus more on each of those categories. And you'll be surprised when it's scheduled what happens. But if every day everything switches, nothing ever gets done. And I don't know about you, but I hate that feeling when nothing ever gets done. So today, I want you to think about your business. I want you to look at it from a perspective of like a whole, back out of it. I know sometimes when you're delivering, when I was just delivering hairstyles, I'm always at the salon, giving people service, right? I'm doing the hair, I'm doing this. I would be thinking, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. But every time I think about that, I'm not present in delivering the service. So that's a no-no. That's not good. So every time I think about that, I'm not present with the client. So now you got like the client, you're not even giving amazing customer service. But if I know that I need to do marketing and I have marketing Mondays, and I know that on that time frame set aside for marketing Mondays, I'm putting together a strategy. I'm scheduling when I'm going to do my marketing strategies throughout my week. Then I can stop stressing about I need to do this. Then I can stop getting like worried that things are falling through the crack because I'm delivering service. Because, oh, by the way, when you're delivering service with the worry of I don't have enough, I don't market enough, I wish I had more, you're giving a piss poor job. You're not giving your best. And so how do you, it's like when children, I love being around children, and I don't like when when they're constantly calling, like you got to give your attention to that child. But oftentimes you see people are so consumed and up here, the child is asking for your attention and love. Your business, it's there. It wants your attention and your love. And during that time you're with the customer, your job is to be present and be an excellent service provider, to be an excellent whatever, right? That's our job. But when it's too much, because we don't have it on paper, we don't have it scheduled, we don't have it clarity, then we're doing like a blah job. So then the people who actually trusted you to actually do business with, they actually gave you some money in exchange for your product or service. You're barely present. So are they coming back? Yes or no? Maybe so. We don't know, but I mean, it's going to probably be in the maybe section. And that's not hot. You don't want to build a business in the maybe section of customers that are just, maybe I'll come back, maybe I will, maybe they're going to, you don't want to build that. You want amazing, raving, like customers that are excited about you because you just pour into them when they do business with you. And so from that, if you go look at all the departments in your business and you schedule a day and a time where you can work on it. And then some people say, well, I don't have time. Well, what does it cost you to not have time to work on the business? What love can't you have? What can't you do for the kids' daycare? Well, I see all these messages coming through. What can't you do for your own body and your own health? What can't you do because you created a business that you don't have time to work on? That's an ouch kind of question. And that's the question that I'm always posing to myself. And so it caused me to play bigger, to play smarter, to play wiser. And so I'm not saying that from a space of judgment. I'm saying that if you make that question key and you really want what you say you want, you're going to make some adjustments. I know. Tough love. Hi, Lay. What's going on, boo? Jimani said we want to be in the yes zone, not the friend zone. Right. Nobody want to be in the friend zone. I love it. So, hey, Sophia. I love when my tribe speaks to everybody. They be like, hey, guys, y'all be speaking to each other. That's amazing. So that's the thought of the day. Like, that's just the thought in this power hour where we're talking about our businesses. You've got to break your business down into departments. Rewind if you didn't catch it. You got to break your business down into departments and figure out what's the most urgent thing that if you do this, then it'll make more room for all the other things. Because there's always more you could be doing. But if you did this, it would make all the other stuff easier. Then that's what you should be focusing on. But then you break down your business into these departments and you just simply schedule time to work on these categories. Each week, if you know that on Mondays, you're going to manage the money and manage the goals. And then from there, you can go right to the sales department. And based on what you did in your money department, you can switch over to your sales and say, because of those results, then this week in the sales department, guys, you're just talking to yourself, but have a meeting. Because technically, you're supposed to have a meeting with yourself even if yourself are like, this is technically, there's books about it. Anyway, you would say, okay, I just got, I was with the finance department. We're managing the numbers. We're looking over what happened for the last 2 weeks. Here's what we got to do for sales, guys. And here's how we're going to do it. And then you want to talk to the marketing department and say, now, marketing department, here's what we need to hit. Now, what are the ways that you guys are going to get attention for us? And then what's the conversation? We got to make sure the conversation matches. And you guys, you're having this conversation. And it's something it's a muscle that you build. That makes so much sense. I've been guilty. And we are all guilty, child. I'm guilty now. We all guilty. I can even do better than what I'm doing. What? I'm so, my 20% looks like somebody's 80%. So there's always room for greater, okay? And then you actually have to, guys, carve out your personal time because sometimes you're so business that you don't have a personal life. And so as obsessed as I am with business, I'm always carving out my personal time because I'm a better business person when I have a personal life. Come on. That was good. I'm a better business person when I have a personal life. The more supported I feel, the more I actually am empowered to be more to you. Because I'm human. So when I'm having fun, when I'm having love, when I'm having all that, everything just grows. It's amazing. Now, let's be clear. You have to create that for yourself, right? But the more personal life you have, the more your business grows. It's true. And oh my God, it's true. So I'm here to tell you that you can do anything that you put your mind to, but this is the type of thinking that you have to acquire now. And even though it may be frustrating because maybe you've got a mess that you've got to clean up, you've got to keep coming back and keep organizing and keep strategizing and keep doing because you can't just be a thinker. You've got to be a doer of what you're hearing. You've got to be a doer of it. And so sometimes we think planning is doing business and planning ain't doing business. Planning is planning. Planning is planning. Okay? Planning without implementation is whack. So you've got to be able to have that dedicated time. It takes 20 minutes to look at your numbers. If you've been working in a way that they've been recorded and easily accessible. That's a whole other thing like that. So then you would just figure out the process so that you can know what your numbers are and you can consistently be paying attention. What's that process? These are the things that we go over in the business boot camp, okay? In the mastermind. So in the mastermind, one of the first things I have you do is break down your business, okay? Put it onto paper so that there's clarity and you can go, oh my gosh, If somebody calls you tomorrow and say they want to give you a business loan, they need to see what you got going on. This gets your business on paper, and then you can go through each section and flesh it out with all the details on how you get things done, all the strategies, okay? If someone wanted to buy your company, someone wanted to invest, you've got to be able to show them how it's running. Plan the work and work the plan. Exactly. I agree. I'm a newlywed as of August, and I see that now. Hey, newlywed. I can't wait to be a newlywed. I'm gonna be off the chain. Off the chain. What? I'm gonna be even richer. Because listen, that is fun. Like the more fun you have in your life. It's like when I travel the world. I have so much fun when I'm all over the place. When I'm out the country, I'm seeing things, and so I'm inspired, and then that inspiration comes back into my business. That's why being a newlywed is fun. That inspiration, you're more open, you're free, that energy, because you're one person. So you don't just go be a newlywed, then you come back to work and you're like, hello. You come back to work like, hello, hey, how y'all doing? Right? And it's fun. You start thinking different. What if I did this? You come back open to possibilities when you have a life, whatever that looks like for you. So get a freaking life, you guys. I'm just saying, that's mandatory. You gotta have a life, period. When you don't, you're slow growing. When you do, you are open. You want more, you do more, you're committed. You're like expanding faster because you are having a life. It's really, really true. I've heard, I don't know how many millionaires I've seen say that. It's just true. Hey guys. I see you guys saying, hey, what's going on? So here's the deal. That's the moral of the story. I temper when I was like that. I temper. What? I temper. Oh, I remember when I was like that. Yeah, when you don't have a life, it's just, you're very like, and that's cool. It'll get you somewhere. It ain't gonna not get you nowhere. It's gonna get you somewhere. But when you're having a good time and you can actually focus. So that's why you schedule time for your fun, and you schedule time for your marketing. You schedule time for your sales. You schedule time, because when you do that and you have these themes, you know that you're working on the different departments. Because a lot of times it's like, when do I get all this stuff done? Until you can get assistance. And then even when you have assistants, you still have to have that time schedule so that they're doing it, and you still got to CEO it and make sure that it's getting done, which was why we work by outcomes. We work by outcomes, and we work by the strategies. That you have your outcome, you put your strategies, and then you take action. But there's a scheduled time. Hey, Joy. There's a scheduled time. Okay? I'm telling you guys. So right now, I just want you to think about, get off the live stream. I want you to think about what is the most important thing that when I do this, other things become easier to do. And typically, you guys, if you need more income in your business, you need more clients, and you need to check your marketing. So these are the couple of areas that you got to pay attention to, and pay attention to the numbers. Because I've worked with a lot of people who, they made more income just by not spending so much. Their overhead was too much. And so you just cut some of that stuff, and boom, there goes more money. And then you just start upping your marketing, and then boom, there goes more clients, which means boom, there's more money. There was only a couple things you needed to do, but because you were in your head, you couldn't see it. This is why we look at the business from the 10,000 foot view. We look down at it, okay? Rewind this, pause it, take notes. I'm your girl, Lakeisha Michelle. If you want to join my business mastermind, I dare you to come kick it with us. Listen, you can save about $260. It's a one-time investment, lifetime access to all the content for $897, or you can break that down into 12 payments of $97. And listen, you get instant access to all these courses that teach you to work on these different areas of your business. Sales courses, client building courses. You want to make a website, you want to make a YouTube channel, these categories have specific steps. That's what the bundle of courses are. You may have bought one course that I have. Once you get this mastermind, you have all of the courses, and then any of the updates, okay? And it's $97 a month in this particular area for the mastermind. And then you have, the main thing is really that gives you office hours and of coaching. So people send me videos and emails all the time. I'm really feeling the audio emails, guys. People say, how do you do audio emails? Your phone has a voice, like most people's phones have voice memos. And so you go to voice memo and you say, hey, Keisha, I have a question. This is what I'm struggling with. Keep it a minute or less. And then you hit stop. And then when you're done, Do this for people, guys. People will love you because they don't want to read no freaking long email. Then you hit share, and then you just email it. See that envelope? Just mail it in to hello@theceostyle.com. And I listen, and then I just reply you back, right? So it's coaching. Right? You have access to coaching. There's a private Facebook group where we meet and we have a lot of good times just talking. People they can connect with each other. So many of my mastermind members are now in their own accountability groups. And it's awesome because they take what I'm teaching and then they work closer together. And so it's just a community. If you're doing business by yourself and you need to think like we're thinking, come join us. And listen, $97 is less than $3.50 a day. Okay. So I'm showing you guys video marketing, client building, sales. That's the stuff that's going to get you seen, get you more clients, get you paid, and you just keep designing the business. I gave you guys a couple categories. We'll talk about a few more tomorrow. But I think I gave you all of them, actually. But anyway, rewind, replay, pause, take notes, take action. No matter what you do, take action. I love you. You can join the mastermind at LakeishaMichelle.com. Start now. If not now, then when? You're waiting for what to change. In order for things to change, change is always you. I love you. Peace out. I want to get in the mastermind. Come on, LakeishaMichelle.com. LakeishaMichelle.com. The link is there. I will see you guys on the next live stream. Oh, YouTube's still saying stuff. Hey, I'm late. Not having a life is horrible. That is my life right now, and it makes you less creative and uninspired. Right, Lay? You may want to get in our challenge on February 18th, which is all about getting a freaking life, being like it's pouring into you. When you pour into you, you begin to get a life because you try things differently. Go take a dance class. Go to meetup. We're talking about dating. We're talking about all of that. That's February 18th. It's on my, actually, it's not on my site. So if you're interested in being healthy, and then as a bonus, we have that group where we're focusing on getting a life, then you may be interested. So you just text the number 214-675-7115. It's all about getting our whole lives. And I'm just creating the spaces for you guys to come play however you choose. But if you know you need to pour into you and get a life, you want to be healthier in your body, and you want to look at doing makeup and just feeling sexier, that's what this group is about. It's a women's group, right? So I just put the number in the comments on YouTube. Play in the, oh, we already did that. Great. Okay, cool. I saw the questions. Yes, you need a life. It's mandatory. It's necessary. You can't, like, why ignore it? Life is so short. What? Get a life and have some fun. I love you guys. LakeishaMichelle.com if you have any questions of anything that I've said. I shall see you on the next live stream.